Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for The Amazing Spider-Man Issue 6, 2025. Ooh, we do get Spidey and Black Cat in here, and we've got it shipped to Ramita Jr., JR, for this arc, and this is a nice startup here for this kind of one, so let's swing into it. I do like Laraz's art. It's really been good, but I like that we're going to be switching back and forth between them. I have this weird itching in the back of my brain. Been there all day. It's not my spider sense or whispers of mind control or any of that stuff. More like the ache you'd get after exercising a muscle you haven't used in a while. I was sort of getting worried because I have a great imagination for worst case scenarios, but I finally cracked it. It's the feeling of remembering something I didn't even realize I'd forgotten. I'm happy. As we see him kind of dealing with his web shooters, doing a debug it kind of thing, having protein and like snacks and stuff, journey into mystery kind of thing, format memory card for like photos and stuff, Manhattan, the package is en route, ready the chopper. As we shit going weird. Your handlers are alive, Senator, for now. Get no heroic ideas. There's no hazard pay in hell. You are wondering, I think, which of your policies has brought you to this moment. All of them. You represent a broken system. This is the fix. As we see shit going real, it's like, oh god! And I like the traditional kind of layouts of what's kind of going on here. It's like, alright, this mass dude's, like, all of these kind of mass dudes are taking these people, and then we see a crash, and then we see Spidey punching in. What a coincidence! I was just flipping across town to do some anti-crime, and I thought, and somebody's getting pulled out. Gee, I'm not going to okay any morons for hours. How will I survive? And poof, here you are with matching scary hoodies and everything. It's like, oh shit. Then we get this nice Spidey one here. Yeah. Thank you for being my crime appetizer. My crapatizer, as it were. Evening, Senator. Love the suit. Weird, right? But it's true. Wild as things are, by almost every possible metric, my life is freaking awesome. It's like, okay, Spidey's doing alright. What's going to be going on here? Rand Enterprises applied science earlier. Have to say, I'm impressed, Parker. The design of your nanofiltration unit is immaculate. I have no doubt it's going to exceed specs. How do you feel? Spectacular. I like that. If I'm being honest, which is weird for me. The spectacular part, not the honesty. I'm very honest, Dr. Osmani Milton, and a little nervous. With my boss standing over me while I finish micro-welding on my first prototype, zero pressure. I was referring to your attendance record. Late or flat out no-show for 20 of your 30 days on staff. Is that true? Yes, sir. Peter, I'm used to the eccentricities of the scientific community. Engineers are special. You're extra special. Are you firing me? Walk with me. So it's like, oh, interesting. And we haven't really seen, we've seen a little bit of her in the beginning, but it's nice to have this kind of close-up for her actually talking with Peter and seeing how they have their kind of relationship. Because we saw Brian as pretty much the focal point of understanding Peter within Rand in the beginning, but now it's cool to kind of shift over here. Do you miss running a company? No. I had my chance and I blew it big time. What about a division like CDSG? Cross-Disciplinary Study Group, acronym LOL. I don't mean now. I still don't mean yet if you're a brilliant scientist or, I still don't know yet if you're a brilliant scientist or a brilliant psychopath. Those are very different, but fair. In the future, I may need to step aside temporarily. I need a leader to keep my seat warm. Everything all right? No. That's not your problem. Whether or not you can be as responsible as you are brilliant is the question. What about Brian? I mean, he got me the job. He's got seniority. Screet! Where is Ellie? Joel? Clickety clack clack. I hunger for brains. As he's got fucking fungi on his head. It's like, Brian answers the question right there, my friend. Dr. Ohm, just keeping the troops entertained. You firing, Parker? Asked and answered, Parker. Buy a few alarm clocks and keep up the good work, for my sake. Thanks, Doc. Even Pete's like, yeah, I get it. Did the principal give you a spanking? If so, did you like it? And how much on a scale from 1 to please, Ami, may I have another? Dude, stop. Not cool. You get lunch since you owe me your status as an employed individual. Right. Oof. Seriously, you've been killing it. Luckily, science isn't measured by attendance. When Dr. Ohm retires and I'm running CDSG, I'll rewrite the PTO policy. Parker time off. Whatever keeps you in the game-making mad science, you know? Thanks, Brian. What is it? Wait here. Dude, you're still paying. Who is that? Is that someone famous? What? I get a warmer reception from the morgue freezer. How you been, kid? What do you want, Alonzo? As we see this going on as they're doing their lunch bit. I assume you're still in touch with our mutual acquaintance. He'll want this. Trouble has come to the neighborhood. Someone's stirring things up just when they just settled down. Your friend will know what to do. My friend will know you're using him to do something you want to keep your pasty hands off of. Sorry, I thought I was reading a little too fast. Yep. He'll know that if I get involved, things get loud, quick, smart. I could see why you got the new gig. It's like, okie dokie, Tombstone. Dude, are you down with the mob? Epic. You may be thinking to yourself, Self? I thought Spidey's life was going good. Isn't Tombstone bad? And I like Brian kind of looking at him and Pete just kind of thinking. Now, Upper West Side. Tombstone is the worst of the worst, and he's 99.9999% playing on my sense of responsibility to do his dirty work for him. But he's honest in his own horrifying way. As we see Spidey's whole stakeout kind of thing, which is fucking awesome. It's like, it doesn't need to be the most detailed, but it's just, yeah, he's webbing all this stuff. There probably is a new player on the streets. Since the gang war, would-be kingpins are trying to test the waters. Read about it in ASM issues 933 to 938. I miss Zeb Wells. Nostalgic Nick. Yep. If I could shut one aspiring mobster down, even if I'm scratching someone off Tombstone's to-do list, it's a good thing. And if Big and Pasty set me up, my spider sense will warn me of any immediate danger. Loitering is a crime, as he's taking a sip, and then Black Cat pops up. Ha! I'm sorry, hey, I can't pass up a chance to watch you make a mess of yourself, Spider. Black Cat? As he's like choking and everything. And then I like the different, how we're going from the traditional to a different kind of blocky kind of layout here for the panels. Do you know how hard it is to scare me? As I recall, not hard at all. You think something's going to grab your feet if the blanket doesn't cover them. That's different, and also not appropriate rooftop business chatter. Well, I got your heart racing, didn't I, Felicia? Seriously, what are you doing here? Opposite of you, I imagine. Unless you also heard that an unsavory individual is moving illicit tech tonight and you plan to rob the buyer blind. Yeah, no, sort of a different plan, but close enough that your bachelor night now includes 100% more me. Speaking of, how's the nurse? And interesting that Felicia's like, alright, I know you've got someone else. How's that going? And then, of course, Midtown earlier, we shifted to see the status of Pete and Shay, which is interesting and somewhat complicated, but not. When I know I'm pulling a night shift in advance, I'm good on a surprise. I'm good, but a surprise needs a lot of coffee. And since Kimmy had to go and have her baby a month early, triple red eye. Upside is that once I cover her shift by Ravencroft law, the baby is mine. That's cool. But I'd rather have a cat, so I'm going to raffle the baby off. We'll hold it at the hospital. Some of the patients are very wealthy. Good plan. Listen. I know we haven't had much Shay focus time, but I love her going, like, to see how she goes so far on that kind of thing of like, I get the baby, but I kind of want to raffle for a cat, so let's kind of see what goes on. Okay, where are you? What? Did you just say something out of pocket to see if I was listening? Yes. That's always the thing you have to do. It was a good one. Spill. Yes, Shay, it actually was a good one. I would almost be like a bystander and be like, listen, that was good. You missed something. Sorry, Shay, I'm out of it. A guy I really don't like popped back into my life and asked for help, and I don't know if he's trying to mess with me. Can you get out of it? Don't think I can, which he knows. You know what I say, if you can't get out of it, get into it. Yeah, thanks. Kind of a little bit... I mean, yeah, you work at Ravencroft, and that deals with, like, some villains and stuff, but you have to be careful with that. Hey, jumping here. There's a new trivia night down by my place on Friday. Sorry, I have a date, actually. Sorry, a date, you say? Why, yes, a date. You sound positively vexed, Mr. Parker. I am a little. Why? You're seeing other women, aren't you? Or are you going to try to tell me that's Aunt May's, perfectly conditioned silver hair I've noticed on your jacket all month? That would be a lie. It's like, ooh, okay. And we are too mature to lie, aren't we? I think so, but it made me see other people feels very extra mature. We're not married, we're not exclusive, we are dating. If we want to change that status, it's a discussion. But I'd have to see a lot more stability first, and I am so excellent at stability. You're improving, but until then, bag it if you tag it. Maturity. You too. Have a good night, player. It's like, okay. I actually like that they had a mature discussion about that. Though it is interesting to see Peter and Felicia. I'm usually more Peter and MJ, but I do like how their kind of relationship is kind of working here, so we'll see what kind of changes up. I don't hate Shay, but I've usually more seen Pete and MJ, Pete and Felicia. Any kind of other one kind of just feels kind of like a hold one for a pattern until we get back to either one of them. Sigh. Agreed. The meat's not for ours, but the early spider gets the bad guy. So why do you keep checking? In case the intel is wrong or someone else is watching us watching them. Want to fool around? I was going to try to beat Journey into Mystery, but I do like fooling around, and I am not exclusive. So forward. It's like, ooh, okay, let's see how this works here. What would Aunt May think? Feast, main office earlier. Shay's a nice girl, Peter. Paper on the left of the printer, please. Good to hear, good head on her shoulders. Doesn't put up with your nonsense. Yeah, wait, what? I'm just saying, if you were looking to settle down, I'm not opposed. Hey, I think I'm a ways off from anything like a stable relationship, Aunt May. What about stability in general? Stability like how? All the ways. How far are you from that? I don't know. All signs point to good at the moment. I have time to figure it out. You have time. Knock-a-doodle-doo. It's like, ooh, that's not good. I'm like, Aunt May, you okay? The salad man cometh. Oh, didn't know you had a visitor. Thank you, Ricardo. I'm starving. You remember my nephew Peter? Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we did. You were high as a kite and dripping like a wet rat. Last month I crashed at May's place while whacked out on hobgoblin drug cocktail smack in the middle of the party for the feast volunteers. Not my best night, as seen in ASM issue 3. No narcotics, Nick. I hope not, for your aunt's sake. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys to it, if that's okay, Aunt May. I have to be somewhere tonight. Nice to re-meet you, Ricardo. Love you, dear. They had the baby corn you like. Did you throw in a side of, I'm sorry that I was a jerk to your nephew, even though we discussed not doing that, ... I think I see some right here. It's like, we'll see how that kind of works out. Aunt May and another person. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See if that works for her. Getting a boyfriend. Now, we got movement. Really? I was finally bored enough to put the real moves on you. I'm serious, Cat. Look, sigh. Fine. But I reserve the right to seduce you later. Looks like small fry. It's like, okie dokie. Henchmen always do. When we finish, are you letting me walk away with my prize, or do we need to pre-negotiate? One step at a... Oh, what? That's a Queen's Cola truck. I only drink champagne. Elaborate. Those guys work for Roger Kingsley, Hobgoblin. Titillating. It's like, yep, we've all had to deal with that. Oops, sorry. God, I really like the Spidey Man. Earlier, I want Kingsley's head on a pike. Oscorp. Legally speaking, of course. We know he's using shell organizations to distance himself from illegal activities. Queen's Cola was held by one, which was held by another, so he's not facing any charges for using humans as guinea pigs. You are the best corporate lawyers and forensics accountants I can afford. Close that distance between Kingsley and his schemes. Connect the dots. Let's make this world a better place and get the proof to lock that bastard up. So, I'm a numbers man. I'd help with that shit. I'm so glad I never got on your bad side, Norman, legally speaking. You really ran with this hobgoblin thing. I'm responsible for his existence. Kingsley never would have come into power without my tech. Add it to my tab of debts that can't ever be paid. You're trying, Norman. That matters. I do agree. So it's a little bit weird between that and Yoda's do or do not. There is no try. It's like, sometimes trying does help and at least leads you to a breakthrough that you are able to do. How's the other thing going? My would-be assassin still in a coma. Untraceable weaponry scrubbed. Untraceable weaponry, scrubbed identity. Whoever wants me dead has resources, a network, and is very, very smart. We'll get him, Norman. I promise. Of course you do. Have to jet. Time-sensitive spider biz. Careful around all those lawyers. They bite. So do I. So, yeah, one of my greatest enemies has become an amazing ally. So, really like that, and seeing him kind of actually putting his hand on Norman's shoulder, waving kind of goodbye, and just kind of like getting out of there. I'm getting paid to science when I'm out of the red and blues at a company built with integrity, and the kingpin of crime in New York is proving to be a reliable source of information. It's like, yeah, when's the other shoe gonna drop on this? And my personal life is firing on several cylinders. Even if I barely qualify as adult enough to wrangle it, Do we get to break some bad men and steal their toys now? Sounds like a plan. My life is freaking spectacular. Greetings. It's like, what the fuck? And then the spider sense is going, and we see the eyes, and Felicia's like, what? Then we get this really cool 2-pager, which you then have to go like this for Hellgate. And I'm like, oh, that's cool to change it up like that. Honored Prince of the steel silk. The gate stands open for you. It's like, what does any of that ass mean, man? Alright, I know my focus is going gnarly, but that's because I'm going in and out. It's like, that is really great. Next issue, Hellgate. Of course, we get Spider's Web. And pretty much the same stuff that we've seen in Spider and Symbiote, so no big changes there. And then a look at Hellgate on sale in July. So, I really enjoyed this because I like that we kind of had a reset and that Peter has a kind of stable portion. He's doing some great ass shit at Rand, to the point that his boss is pretty much looking towards him as a potential like seat filler, and when she needs to go deal with some stuff. So it's like, ooh, what's going to be going on there, and how's that going to be factoring in with the plot going forward? Brian doing his kind of crazy stuff with his Last of Us kind of jokes and everything, which actually kind of works into some symmetry of like Sony's kind of shit because of Last of Us, Spidey, all that kind of shit. Then, of course, Tombstone pretty much giving Spidey information to kind of look and do his kind of stakeout as Felicia pops up and be like, hey, I want to steal some shit from these motherfuckers. Let's hang out, fool around and shit. As we see that his relationship with Shay, they are not exclusive, they are dating. So we'll see how that kind of implodes if it does and what kind of goes on with that. I think that Kelly has more of a soft spot for Black Cat since we see her kind of pop up more when he's doing stuff with her. So I really actually don't mind that. Because, again, as I've said, it's usually a kind of balancing of, like, I'm good with Black Cat, I'm good with MJ, though, even though I'm more partial to MJ. I have nothing against Shay. I loved her pretty much spewing that whole thing of, like, yeah, I get this baby, and I'm going to hold a raffle to try and get a cat out of it instead. And Peter's like, did you say something out of pocket? And it's like, yeah, that was a really good one. I'm like, I would actually be fine if they did break up, and she was just a kind of supporting cast. I mean, Pete's got a lot of pretty giant supporting casts, but have her rotated in. I did like having to check in on Norman, pretty much being like going after Kingsley. Of course, Kingsley's stuff being kind of brought into effect as they are going on the turf stuff that Tombstone pretty much laid out. Checking in on Aunt Maid and her potentially having the boyfriend in Ricardo, and having a kind of dropping of that Pete has time, but she might not have time. So we'll see how that kind of works out and what kind of goes on forward. And of course we see Kingsley's stuff popping up, and then Hellgate bringing up Prince of Steel Silk, and that the gates open. So we'll see what that actually works out. That was a really kind of cool page to end on how it was done, so I can't wait to see what happens next. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.